What are you trying to tell me? I can trade Bitcoin for millions? No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to. As much as we feel morally obligated to ensure our next vehicle purchase is a Tesla, that Model S refresh is looking so damn good. There is potentially one man that we need to thank even more than Elon, and that is me. You're welcome. You see, I've been wearing a hoodie for several years, which summons the spirit of the bull, but also Michael Saylor. Did he actually speak to Elon Musk about how to purchase Bitcoin? What big thing does he see happening next? Did he speak to any executives over at Apple? And what is Bitcoin's ultimate goal in his opinion? Let's hear from the man himself, with some small interjection from myself at times. I gotta say, this is quite exciting. This is a very feel-good episode for Bitcoin holders, primarily.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind.
Not so much for others, I suppose.
Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine.
Joining us now to discuss is MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor. Michael, great to have you back on, and let's just get right to that news of the day. Did you actually talk with Elon Musk offline and share your playbook from, as you put it, one rocket scientist to another?
You know, there are business rules regarding how public company officers are allowed to communicate to the public. And, so I'm constrained in what I can say, but
that's not
you know what we said on Twitter, and you know what I've been saying all along, which is it's a great idea.
That sounds like a yes to me, let's be frank. Thank you for doing that, Mr. Saylor.
Thank you, Michael.
But what about the shareholders? Bitcoin could go down. Did anyone think of the shareholders?
I'd rather have a volatile appreciation at 200% a year than a stable depreciation at the rate of 15 to 20% a year.
Exactly.
She didn't crack up, but crypto holders would crack up.
Currency or commodity? And I ask because as we see officials considering the possibility of more regulation to the asset class, how it's defined is going to have implications.
Bitcoin's not a currency. It's digital gold. It's a store of value. And it's taking the place of gold because people realize that you can move a block of Bitcoin 1,000,000 times faster.
I just want to pause it there. I have no idea why you wouldn't want Bitcoin to be usable as a currency. I just don't see any downside to that at all. In fact, it's a really important thing to half the world's population that they can be their own bank. But I completely agree that it's not practical as a currency for 4 major reasons: taxes, volatility, fees, but most importantly, I think, is the fact that fiat already works. Now let me tell you how great the banks are. Like for strictly commerce, fiat is actually pretty efficient. There just isn't a big push right now to replace it with something slightly less convenient. Not in quote-unquote civilized society, at least. It's clear that the market values a store of value much more than currency right now.
It's the basis of the 21st century cyber economy. It's not going to replace the dollar. It's not going to replace the Visa or the PayPal or the MasterCard payment rails. It's simply a stable store of value to build a financial framework upon.
I know what some of you are thinking. What is this heresy? Burn him at the stake! But put yourself in his shoes. He is basically a global ambassador to corporations worldwide about why they should be paying attention to Bitcoin right now. Describing Bitcoin's strongest value proposition without relying on ifs, hypotheticals, which are, to some people, absolutely wild and incomprehensible. It's a very practical and difficult argument to contend with, which makes him a good ambassador. Bitcoin won't be the global reserve asset without first getting its foot in the door. Michael, greasing those wheels along.
I am curious whether and if you are having conversations with other CEOs at other companies. I mean, RBC today just put out a note saying that Apple could be the next likely contender to buy Bitcoin.
I think, first of all, I was surprised. We had more than 7,000 enterprises in attendance last week, and those discussions have gone viral on YouTube, 250,000 or more views of just those sessions in the past few days. I've spoken to lots and lots of CEOs, and I've spoken to lots of other investors and enterprises, and I think the word is spreading pretty rapidly. With Tesla's move, I think they've de-risked this for a corporate treasury. I think you're going to see more CFOs, more treasurers look very hard at this and make decisions.
Okay. Not a yes, not a no. I totally believe him when he says that CFOs worldwide are going to be looking into this, because legitimately, if they haven't, they're not really doing a very good job. As an example, Tesla's stock price jumped 2% on the news that they had acquired Bitcoin, which is actually far more value added than the actual Bitcoin that they bought. But just to put into perspective what Michael is describing here, top assets by market cap. Bitcoin has now surpassed Tesla as one of the world's most valuable assets. Currently, number 9, silver at number 6, gold at number 1. Now, I don't mean to disrespect silver and gold, but it's been a store of value for tens of thousands of years of human history. Personally, I would rather hold Bitcoin, even in a bear market, because timing the market coming in and out isn't that easy to do. So, Michael Saylor, when he's saying digital gold, this is what he's talking about: Bitcoin replacing gold as the highest market cap asset. To do so would be about a 12 times increase in current value, which would place each coin at over $500,000. Whoa. Can that actually happen? Well, it's not as crazy as you might think. Since Bitcoin's inception in 2009, millions of coins have been lost. Feel really bad for some, actually. I think $500,000 is the ultimate goal here. Once we're at that stage, we can slowly appreciate because of things like inflation. But I'm going to warn you, it's probably not going to happen this cycle. Maybe after the next bear market. Something to look forward to. But Apple is no slouch on this list. In my mind, there is no greater target than Apple. Let me explain. Tesla was estimated to have somewhere in the region of $23 billion in cash reserve assets as of December 31st, 2020. That means that a $1.5 billion purchase of Bitcoin was roughly 6.5% of their treasury reserves put into Bitcoin. Apple, on the other hand, is an entirely different league. They are estimated to have somewhere around $200 billion in cash, 10 times more than Tesla, 6.5% of which would be $13 billion. Not bad. But let's take it a step further. So you can soon buy a Tesla in Bitcoin. Amazing. It would actually require quite a bit of Bitcoin because those purchases are expensive. How many cars did they sell last year? Just about 500,000 in 2020. That's great. That's adoption. Let's think of adoption of scale, though. How many iPhones does Apple sell? And if they were to accept Bitcoin for it? Whoa. But taking it even one step further, what about their ecosystem? So Elon could maybe put in a Bitcoin wallet into the car. You can wirelessly pay for charging. That's pretty cool. How about Apple Pay, though? 441 million active users. Adding fuel to these rumors is the fact that just this month, Apple sells $14 billion worth of bonds. For no really specific reason. There's a bunch of legal jargon, but could be absolutely nothing. But I'm suspicious. I'm not saying any of this is going to happen, by the way. Just wishful thinking. But what I am saying is, analysts over at Apple, they should really realize the absolute goldmine of an opportunity they have with Bitcoin. The Tesla jump in stock price is a potential reason in its own right, but thinking bigger here, they could create their own cryptocurrency exchange within their own ecosystem and likely have overnight success with it, the type to rival even Binance. Sorry, CZ, but Tim Cook is probably going to be more trustworthy here. So they are in a far more powerful position to capitalize on Bitcoin than any automotive company, even Tesla. Although Tesla does have giant solar farms, so maybe they want to mine. I don't know. But anyway, I hope to be sharing more videos with you this year of other companies on this list getting into Bitcoin. According to Michael Saylor, thousands of company CEOs in attendance. I'm pretty sure this is pretty likely. But that's it from me. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Give me a follow over on Twitter. I post bite-sized content over there. And I'll see you on the next one.